When in Rome, do as the Romans do, and that means to enjoy all the delicious Italian food. Everyone knows about pasta, pizza, and gelato, but there's actually a few more must-try food in Rome. I'll go over the 12 foods you must eat in Rome. Let's go. At number 1 is the most simple Roman pasta dish, cacio e pepe. This is a simple dish with pasta, pecorino romano cheese, and black pepper. When done properly, it's a delicious creamy dish with a rich cheese taste. If the sauce is very clumpy and not smooth, then it was prepared poorly. I got it at Ristorante Sette Occhi while exploring Trastevere and Osteria da Fortunata near Piazza Navona. Cacio e pepe was the late great Anthony Bourdain's favorite pasta, and you can't say you've been to Rome if you haven't tried it. It pretty much serves as the base for the other 3 famous Roman pastas I'll recommend. What happens when you take cacio e pepe and add some guanciale or pork jowl? You get number 2 on the list, Gricia pasta. Honestly, I think you just need to get it once to say you tried it. Taste-wise, it's the exact same as cacio e pepe, just with some savory pork meat. I think the next 2 Roman pasta dishes are way better. If you take Gricia pasta and add whisked eggs to the sauce, you get number 3 on the list, the world famous carbonara pasta. Unlike the other Roman pastas, which are usually served with a noodle-shaped pasta, carbonara is often served with rigatoni. Due to the eggs, it's even creamier than cacio e pepe. One very important thing to note is that authentic Italian carbonara does not use cream. Italian-American carbonara uses cream, and it's even creamier than authentic Italian carbonara, but it's 2 completely different dishes. If you want to get thrown out of a Roman restaurant, go ask for carbonara with cream. If you take Gricia pasta and add tomatoes to the sauce, you get number 4 on the list, Amatriciana pasta. Out of the 4 main Roman pastas, this one is my favorite. You can taste the creamy cheese and some sweetness and tanginess from the tomato sauce. I dined at a Michelin star restaurant while in Rome, and they served Amatriciana pasta as a course. It was honestly about the same level as the other Roman restaurants I went to, and all restaurants put a lot of effort into their pasta dishes. On to number 5, which is pizza, and specifically Roman pizza. This is different from Neapolitan pizza. Roman pizza is rectangular and has a more thin and crispy crust compared to soft Neapolitan pizza. I got pizza at Casamanco in the famous Testaccio market. There's a ton of options and they're willing to cut it however you want. Some options have tomato sauce, while others don't. Pizza's a great option for lunch or a light snack when exploring Rome. At number 6 is a cool variation of pizza that was invented in Rome, the Trapizzino. It's basically a triangle-shaped pizza pocket stuffed with meat or vegetables. I got chicken Trapizzino and a meatball Trapizzino. I highly recommend getting it at Trapizzino when exploring Trastevere. The chicken one is juicy and the dough doesn't weaken the chicken taste. The meatball one is way better. You have the delicious tomato sauce, juicy meatball, and the dough. A Trapizzino is €5 and it's a nice street snack. At number 7 is gelato. Gelato was invented in Florence, but you have to get it no matter which Italian city you're in. I went to 3 famous locations and they were all amazing. First was Come Il Latte. It was so smooth and flavor packed that I can see why it's one of the best. Next was Giolitti, which is near the Pantheon. I got fruit flavored options here and they didn't taste artificial at all, which is what you want. Last was my favorite, Gelateria La Romana. The mango gelato had such a delicious intense mango flavor that I had to go back for more. Gelato is so cheap that I can understand how Italians can have it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's nice to have while walking around, especially in summer when it's really hot out. At number 8 is Maritozzo and coffee. Italians usually get a sweet pastry and coffee for breakfast. The Maritozzo is Rome's most famous pastry, and it's a fluffy roll with whipped cream. I got one with pistachio toppings, and it's delicious and not too sweet. As for coffee options, there's the cappuccino, which is a popular drink with a rich creamy texture. A shot of espresso is also popular if you want something strong to wake you up. Everything filmed was at Tre Cafe, near the iconic Trevi Fountain. At number 9 is cured meats. This is an appetizer that you can get at every Italian restaurant. Prosciutto is one of the most famous, and it's an air-dried ham. I really like the prosciutto at Osteria da Fortunata. Some restaurants have a sample platter on the menu, which is great if you want to try everything. If you want a cheaper option, you can get it at supermarkets or mercati, which are local food markets, and enjoy it outdoors or at your hotel. At number 10 is Coda alla vaccinara. This is an oxtail stew cooked with a tomato and red wine sauce. The oxtail is very tender after hours of slow cooking, and there's carrots and celery in the sauce to enhance the flavor. This is a popular dish at Osteria da Fortunata. Oxtail is a nice change of pace from all the pasta and pizza you'll be eating in Rome. I recommend having it as a main course instead of a pasta dish, where small chunks of oxtail are on top of pasta. At number 11 is Suppli. This is a deep fried breaded rice ball with mozzarella cheese and tomato or meat sauce. I got it at Naumachia Ristorante near the Colosseum, but you can get it anywhere, even outdoor stands. It's meant to be street food, so it's something you can grab and eat outdoors. It's good, but if you ask me, pizza and Trapizzinos are the superior street food. Finally, at number 12 is a classic Italian dessert, Tiramisu. This is one of the most famous Italian desserts, and it's known for its coffee flavor and mascarpone cream. Each restaurant will serve their own homemade version of tiramisu. The tiramisu from Ristorante Sette Oche was served in a glass. It wasn't layered, and it was mostly cream filled. I didn't like this interpretation that much. The tiramisu from Osteria da Fortunata is layered and delicious. Compared to the other tiramisu, which was too cream dominant, this one had a much better balance between coffee flavor and cream. Here are some bonus honorable mentions. When in Italy, you have to get an Aperol Spritz if you drink. It'll be available in every restaurant. You can also get cheese at restaurants or at the supermarket, but honestly, you might not want cheese after all the Roman pastas and pizza. Carciofi alla Giudea, or Jewish fried artichokes, are something I was going to try, but didn't have time for. The best fried artichokes will be in the Jewish quarter. There's so much to explore in Rome, and I barely scratched the surface. For a first-time visit, this list will be perfect for you. If you think I missed something, leave a comment below. Something to note is that fine dining is not necessary to enjoy good food in Rome. All normal Roman restaurants will serve delicious food that can satisfy you. You also don't need to worry about missing out if you can't get a reservation at a famous Roman restaurant. Other normal restaurants are just as good, without the long lines or tough reservations. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more food content, click on the video shown on the end screen.